in a best of one. After being denied their right to grace the first major on home soil, the top seed will be looking for revenge against their longtime rivals. Grand finals now starting with Astralis versus Heroic.
Down, having a look outside, seeing a fair few bodies pile over the top of Silo. A fight towards the headshot angle, dinked at the credit card. Dev1ce from long range trying to score some headshots with the USP. So far so good for this defense.
Heroic trying to force the issue outside as much as possible. Test is already right up in Dev1ce's face and
will hold on to this main control. Sure, Test says finding this kill outside is integral, but you only give Heroic one way in and ultimately one way out. So a bomb plant, but no security in the pistol, leaning into that Astralis statistic even more. They are one of the best when it comes to pistol rounds in the top 30 right now, and proving to be the case, the CT side that's off to a good start. A force fight in response consisting of the Hero AK, a couple of pistols, a couple of SMGs. They're going to try and run things a little quicker here in this sector.
Oh, straight with the deposit through Vent, and the rest of the ramp push coming through means that Heroic are well set up, but they've still yet to beat Dev1ce's A1S. 2 kills hoarded, the third evades him.
Jump back into things, at least that's the hope. That will be the case. So, third round's not ideal for the Astralis buy, considering they had the luxury of rifles and SMGs and plenty of utility in the last. It feels very much the heavy downgrade here. 5 seconds of deagles is exactly what is provided into the pockets of the Danish squad. A trickle of utility as well. I mean, nothing more than a smoke and a HE, Harry. Don't expect it to be game-changing in a round like this. And Heroic know, you know, this scenario, we've played it a million times. It's our job to play things a little slower here. Wait for Astralis to make a move, see if these pistols get aggressive, see if they want to be intuitive and make a play. And that's exactly why Heroic take to the longest part of the map. The biggest distance is outside, and so let the rifles do the talking here and hope that the pistols get neutered by distance.
Yeah, the walls of smoke is up there at least to try and fake that idea, but there's no real presence to back it up. The players are waiting in main towards the lobby and just hoping that Astralis are going to try and force the issue at some point, but they haven't. And that's the most worrying thing for me, Ryan, because as that time continues to tick on down, you can start to make gambles, and those risks could pay off.
Sentry starting to be used now, luring these CTs out of positions where pistols can be most effective. Got to be careful, Tess says. Turns at the wrong time. YaLLa to secure a rifle. It's Nuke that goes chasing. And it's Nuke that will deliver at least some good news. Got to get away with his life. Chucks his AK out and now lost in the source of the smoke. Demoted to a Tech 9, but it's only for a moment.
Yeah, you had Dev1ce coming back up through Vent as well. He'll join Sound to make this main push try and happen. Astralis seeing how many of these weapons they can thaw away from the hands of Heroic at this point in time. And it looked like they've done a decent job. Nertz needs to get out of the C4 radius, as of course we know Sound to have gone down to it in the previous round. Bro holding the exit, looking to line one up on Dexter, and he'll find the shot. So with that, Stown should be getting out with the rifle this time. He's well out of harm's way. Still purchases that can be made back up for Heroic, and more importantly, they've found the advantage for themselves.
Nice enough second conversion for Heroic. Astralis demoted even further. Losing a force buy means they themselves will probably be running a lot of USPs into this fourth round. Never mind, there have been some upgrades. Some wiggle room, I guess, financially for them. All intents and purposes, though, one safe rifle. This is just an eco for Astralis. The next one is where they get to provide the real backbone to this defense. Dev1ce with 2800, expecting him to be able to bring out an AWP in the next as well.
Heroic, same set utility, but this time it's spring-loaded. Players queuing up behind to get down into Secret. Dev1ce the one watching it, only a 5-7, no AWP in his hands just yet. Bomb also postured in this direction. But again, first 30 seconds and still no blood spilled. Astralis, you know, not taking really too many big risks for a team which has a stack of players named after it on pistol rounds. We don't really see that on Nuke.
Ollie towards the double door. Tess says inch by inch taking control of this lower site. At least Astralis will be a little more aware of the cross, but they don't know the quantity of players that have filtered through down the secret position. It's Kicksan, armed with the MAC-10, that is going to walk first, and it's back turned to Stound's M4.
Well, straight into Sound, and now dev1ce is circling. Tessus to the side of his head will catch a shot from the 5-7, and things are starting to spiral out of control here a little for Heroic. They'll adjust their sights and now head straight to the top site. YaLLa lingering in the back, and rotation starting to be called here for Astralis. Bomb not yet down, and a crisp shot from YaLLa opens up. In fact, he'll double up, and dev1ce doubles down. Astralis, they're able to tie up the score. You know, I think a reversal of a result like that can go a long way, and sort of mentally for the project that they've left, the one that they're in now on the Astralis side of things. But let's just see, straight back into the action. We have resumed once more, and an equal score. Astralis making that one rifle and set of pistols that they had work, and it's still in the hands of YaLLa now. Nurt's going down, no chance for him to make the crossed event this time.
Now Heroic have to go back to Old Faithful. You can see they're gearing up for more of an outside heavy play. Tesses playing catch with the HE. Smoke of his own to be deployed. It's all about distraction. Last time they wanted a couple of players down. Tesses over the top of the smoke has a look and quickly shut down by the sniper of dev1ce.
Yeah, you can't afford to give those kinds of gaps away for dev1ce, because he will punish you. Big Green now in play. Well, you know, we've spoken so much about his IGLing. Will, you know, his AWPing be affected? Do we see that reflected in the numbers? It doesn't seem to be so far. Very quickly floating that back around towards ramp now, and you're seeing the double up towards main as well from Astralis, so they'll be prepared for a topside push. Shush making his way through lower, however, at the same time. dev1ce checks it. They still lack that information.
It's rounds like this that you can't afford to be clumsy. Heroic have two players and haven't had a whiff of damage. Brilliant. But a complete misread, and now the explosion onto the A site, but quickly neutralized by Stare. Down the vent will fall Shush. No bomb, so it's not even like he can get away with anything in terms of financial benefit. It's Stound that hounds at him with the M4A1S, and Astralis to secure a third. Back-to-back rounds now, and it's Heroic that fall flat in terms of pistols for this one. It's not ideal, a couple of upgrades can be made, but it's not pretty considering, you know, you lose the pistol, you win the second and the third round, and then you get bested by pistols again. It's those rounds that Heroic needs to be converting, and both times they've fallen short of the mark now. Yeah, I mean, Heroic with a man down, trying to fake that play lower. Life is certainly difficult. And they get stamped out by Astralis once more. The lead is theirs, 3-2. But look, if the T side can keep a status quo against these guys in the opening half, then you will again fancy them to complete the three-peat come the second half. For now, it's a train of Glocks, though, and food for thought on a round like this, right? Tesses just letting him know. A knock at the door. Nobody home for YaLLa to find just yet. Fakes the reload, trying to bait the swing out of the door. Tesses still stands behind. Just messing with him, toying with him. Yep, again. Is it who's going to bite down first? Is it YaLLa with the reload, or Tesses just giving a swivel of the doorknob? Still waiting. This is probably the most entertaining round of Counter-Strike any of you at home watching are going to get all weekend. And it's a headshot, a second headshot that he threads through the hole in the door. Queuing up will be Stound to try and bail out his teammate. Both former Heroic players. 30 seconds, Ryan. Do we accredit any more to this round than we really should? Probably not. It is just the Glocks, or at least you'd think, yeah, it's Stound holding them to right. Oh, Dexter could get a couple here if he can find the low HP YaLLa, especially with an AK in his hand, but not quite leaving a dent there, and it will be a fourth for Astralis in the end. So a comfortable fourth. Sniper still in for dev1ce. Double AK set up as well for the CTs. YaLLa and Stare holding on to their premiums. I mean, well shut down. A nice defense for Astralis, only losing the one in the hands of Stown. It's no big concern. dev1ce this time throws this cross smoke and gets close towards outside. It's a heavier presence. They know Heroic have always been getting the information and trying to cross, and that's where dev1ce will punish. It's a nice, easy shot, a thread of the needles down through the heart of the main smoke. Will find another. And I mean, look, it's a monotonous result. It feels like no matter what Heroic try and throw at the wall at this Astralis defense, it's always ended 3v5.
The deagle, for goodness sake! dev1ce play
a realistic look of, okay, we've lost two very critical rounds now. We've been neutered on outside in both attempts. Both attempts have ended 3v5. Something's got to change. Slaps us back as well. I'm not sure if you saw the open palm high five rather than the fist bumps. One of few that do it. Nice to see the return of the king, but quickly dethroned his nuts.
Again, it worked out for him in the second round where you saw Heroic find a way to reverse the pistol result. Ever since, it's been tough, and it's going to get tougher. dev1ce down, YaLLa. Three of them making it an impossibility to get anything up and running here for the guns that they did bring into that round. Heroic, just pistols. Now back on the buy. Does it look any better?
Well picked up yet again. Astralis just proving they can do it. 5 rounds on the bounce now. Winning the pistol, losing the next two, but have been red hot in form since. Yet again, it's Heroic tossing plenty of smoke early on towards outside. It's Tessez that tries to have a look. It's dev1ce. Sits behind them this time. No interest in going forward. Doesn't want to take initiative just yet. I think realizing can't perform the same surgery over and over. You know, it's about trying to create misdirection, keep Heroic on their toes. So this time we're going to play a little more passive, give up some main presence, give up the outside control. And it's a heavier stack towards A, and rightly so, Nuts applying good pressure towards lobby.
I think as well, Heroic just having a little look towards Marshmallow there as well, seeing, okay, is there an alternative angle that we can take outside from? Because I think when dev1ce was getting aggressive before, there was nobody to follow it up for a trade. It was unexpected. Now that precedent has been set, how do Heroic want to try and react? It's looking like another late execute hit. Trying to burn that candle wick down to its very base. And you've only got a smoke and an incendiary left, both sitting in the pockets of YaLLa, who's sat on top of Mini right now.
Well, that's what's important, because look, redeploys the smoke towards Squeaky Door. That's going to deter Heroic away, at least from half the prong of this push. A smoke of their own for Heroic. YaLLa up close.
Oh, and the spray transfer is amazing. 3 kills. Tech9 coming in as well, but Tess has 2 of his own, keeping them within arm's length. Still, YaLLa is hanging around, and he wants more. Can't fill his boots. Tess takes the kill and takes the bomb with it. The payload punched in, and the swing shut down. Rogo's missing. dev1ce in the 1 versus 1. Health advantage. An AWP in his hand, looks for the wall back. It was an ambitious effort, and Tess on the wraparound is looking to try and find the drop on him. They're both incredibly low. 20 points of health between them. dev1ce getting onto the defuse. Didn't stick it, just a tap. Spam not connecting. Still failing to lock horns here in open air. Tess finally takes the swing and takes the 3rd round for Heroic.
That is a massive quad kill from Tessez. And, you know, YaLLa does a wonder of a job towards the Squeaky Door, but you think of the 3 kills that he got,
there was barely any left. The wraparound in the 1v1 successful. 3rd round on the board, but still not quite enough money to make it look dangerous.
A UMP, a Galil, a MAC-10. As you say, when you win rounds, you're expecting rifles. The fact that the majority of this buy is not even going to be AKs is a bit concerning. Absolutely, the attack has done better with less. dev1ce An uncharacteristic miss, currently 12 and 4 on the server.
Yeah.
Poking holes through this attack round after round. I feel like that's one of those that he very much could have hit.
And again, that's what the main talking points around dev1ce moving into this IGL role have been. You know, can he maintain his level of play? And it certainly seems to be the case right now. Tight angle, nobody peeking into it. Catching a footstep either, but Dexter goes down, and the follow-up from Bro is excellent. Astralis all over the map, pushing, shoving Heroic, and bending to their will. The UMP will do nothing against Stet, which leaves Nertz estranged from the corpses of his team laid waste. Only a Mat 10 to try and recover this. He's got no chance. And the 7th, an advantage on the half for Astralis is secured.
How deep does it go, though? Opportunity at 9-3. I mean, they shouldn't be taking an 8th, or they should be taking an 8th here, I should say. It's against Pistols. Yet again, Heroic having to take some sacrifice financially. And notice how, you know, after 10 rounds, it's an eventual switch up of position. dev1ce shows the AWP early towards outside, loops back around, plays aggressive ramp, and catching this Heroic attack completely off guard. Starting faster pace towards the door, and it's a massive spray down from Stown. Locking in 3, dies in the flames while blind, but his job served, the punishment done. A 2v5 for Heroic to unroot themselves within. I know it's against Pistols, but it's the fact that Astralis make it so damn convincing. Ships in the night as Nertz and Bro cross paths. But not that it matters, a recheck of the angle, but Nertz is in the smoke. It's a game of cat and mouse, but no bomb in the pockets of the Israeli rifleman. Bro will go checking once more. Nertz thinks he's got the timing. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the knife, but the execution, very much the same. Astralis take 8, and yet again, it's comfortable from the Danish side.
Yeah, you can see they're starting to get a little bit fired up here as well, Astralis. Something I was saying before this one started, they don't exactly feel like a team who are, you know, shouting loads across the conference room, right? You know, they're the cold-blooded killers, the cold-faced killers, I should say. Every now and then there's a little moment where you see tempers flare. This time it's for better than for worse. And again, dev1ce's AWP, a key component. Finally, we get a look at the head-to-head with Dexter. He'll be on top of the silo right now, trying to see if he can catch any fight being taken, but dev1ce already spotted the shoulder. Spots the jump up as well, and the adjustment not quite good enough this time. Shots through the smoke will not land either. Dexter misses his chance, and I think that is the warning taken by dev1ce.
Look at the AWP comparison as well. Dexter hasn't had it too many times, but dev1ce currently 14 and 4, Dexter currently 3 and 11. Impact certainly favouring the Astralis sniper rather than that of Heroics. (9-3) looming as there is only 50 seconds left of this round. Yet again, Heroic leaning into the outside presence that they've been very monotonous in performing on their T side. YaLLa coming up through secret. Oh, it could be massive. Takes one with him. AWP shot missed. Low ammunition for YaLLa's rifle, but the damage already done. It's down serving orders, and it is crumbling around for Heroic. Just Shush left, 1 versus 3, and 9 secured on the CT side for Astralis. It's Heroic now on this defense. It's Astralis on the attack, but you feel like a pistol round, which very much has gone the way of Astralis so far. Could be the end to Heroic's ideas of securing that #1 spot in the groups, or at least that's how it would shape up, looking at who else is left to play. Should completely differently, but Heroic bury both players on the back of the site before things get too concerning. And now, of course, with a bomb plant, it means a force buy for Astralis. Most would assume, you know, at least Galils or Mac 10s, it's very pistol heavy for the sake of taking utility. Nuke, one of those maps where you can't really run around without it.
Yeah, Astralis will be hoping to do to Heroic what was done to them first half. It's to be a push of the similar ilk, but this one is fully loaded towards A. Seeing the volley there, trying to flush a player out of position, but Heroic will not budge. They remain their feet calmly. As the players walk in, they are going straight into the melting pot. It is flawless from Heroic in map number 2. Absolutely no issues in recovering that one.
Got the music kits going as well, apparently. Some funky tunes to wake up to here on your Wednesday morning.
Yeah, just hope the stream doesn't get DMCA'd. It would be a great way to start the final stage. And look, again, skeletons in the closet here for Astralis. You've got to remember, win today would only be their second in as many years against Heroic. T-side of Nuke, if you were going to put dev1ce's leadership qualities under a microscope, it would be here. No gun round yet as they force pistols on the previous. It is a set of Deegs with Dexter first target. Nerd waiting in the wings, but catching a boatload of damage through the wall.
Flash inducing the peak from this Heroic defense, or at least attempting to force Astralis into crosshairs. To no avail as of right now. Just hear the deagle spam, as you mentioned, Nerd's getting tagged up quite heavily. Heroic can't afford to overstep, just thinking about wanting to push into main, but discipline overrides those thoughts. Astralis is just going to poke holes as best as they can. They know this one's a bit of a throwaway. You know, look, we've got 4 deagles in a P250. Next round we're going to have all the bells and whistles when it comes to rifles and utility and all the rest of it. See if we can make the most here.
You're hoping, if you're Astralis, that Heroic are going to take a peek outside and lose their heads, because you know, 4 Deegs is not going to be the best when you're now looking to rush the site inside the last 30 seconds or so. Tessa does get the kill towards Trophy, so it's on Shush to shut them down and shut them up. He's done exactly that with a hat-trick of kills. dev1ce the only one left, and even his deagle is only good to finish the job on 1. So the gap now 3 coming into the gun round, and the pressure put on Astralis to stop this one from getting out of control.
Heroic, as you mentioned, offered some opportunity to squeeze in some rounds, pistol, and then the conversion afterwards. Pretty clean. It's crazy, you know, we're talking about MR12s and how integral pistols are. It's that 1 round, sure there was a bomb plant with it, and a missed chance on the force buy, but from 9-3 to 9-6, rifle round, as you say, feels like this is possibly those comfortable boundaries being moved. The goalposts set up and not going to be moved. Astralis 4v4, tip for tap, alt for rifle, Dexter gone. But it's there, that has to watch from the spectator screen. Stound's found some space towards B in the meantime. Yeah, and again, this is where you wanted to see Dexter start to come alive on the CT side. Stound buried in lower and continuing to open up caskets. Testes is gone and Nerds with him. 2 brilliant entry kills. Gabby's even here for the backstab as well, of course, with the AK. And the bomb on his back means that, yeah, they get themselves out of trouble. That one could have been slightly problematic had he gone down so far away from the site, but still, just under a minute left to play, and Shush in a 1v4, which you don't see him winning anytime soon. Yeah, it's interesting that Heroic wanted to get so aggressive towards B there. They knew, obviously, at the start of that round, Stound killed the Secret. Shot from dev1ce. But as I say, like, you know, they get the early kill towards Secret. It's Stound that opens things up, a brilliant hat-trick from him, but the fact that they want to go pushing towards B and re-clearing these positions, especially when Heroic had all of the lobby control. Obviously, you saw Kixan. He was trying to flank outside with an MP9. They knew the entirety of A was going to be clear. The only way they got there was to be through main. And so the idea of pushing lobby and trying to push B at the same time, I feel like there's got to be some give and some take. Do we need to do both at once? Probably not. You know, if you get the information that lobby's going to be clear, then you can gamble stack towards B. Then you can start piling in the numbers, but trying to do both at once, as you can see, resources hard. The result goes the way of Astralis.
Oh, here's Dexter. He's trying to make the AWP work. It's up against dev1ce. 2-time major MVP. And just about spotting the coattails of that man making his exit, heading for the hills. dev1ce allowed the freedom to float down the stairs. Nuke's the only player left outside to really make sure the rest of Astralis can't join up with their IGL. dev1ce has already managed to move so far along, but there's no one near lower either, and well, Shush has gone down on top site as well. They can collapse it, Astralis.
I mean, look, dev1ce's job here is to throw the util. The bomb's still outside. They have to commit at least towards A or spend some time getting towards Secret. It's all going to be noted by the heroic defense. And so, yes, it's going to be an A pincer. Yep. dev1ce is coming up ramp.
This guy's going to go all the way up the ladder, but not before kills are made on the ground. Stare, 2 headshots. Back to back, the skulls will rack up. Tesses finally puts a close to that, but the round is already done. He's got to get out with the AWP in his hand, and up against dev1ce, there's no chance. They'll snatch another back, Astralis.
I can't believe they set dev1ce as a lurk. The AWP walks down Secret, he fakes the entire B play, he then gets up ramp and is able to hold the heaven push. In the meantime, it's heroic that lose the A site in general. A confusing round. I mean, I don't even know how to break that down, to be honest with you. What a heroic thing, you know? Okay, there's util towards B, we just lost the pressure towards outside. Is that where they're going to secret cross? No, they make it an A-wrap. Stair gets 2 kills, and just like that, the round is done. Pistols for heroic. They're going to need 6 straight rounds if they want to push to OT.
I mean, coming into this as well, the stats, again, favouring Astralis, as they have done in a lot of the matchups we've seen between these two teams. 77% win rate in the last 3 months to heroic's 55, despite the fact they're undefeated against their Danish rivals this calendar year. It's got to be a miraculous turnaround for this one to work. Just like they are trying to wish on some kind of a prayer here, and well, I'll tell you what, the USBs are actually getting a little bit of work done. It's 2 kills. For Astralis, you don't want them to be able to recover any of these rifles. So they will just expand upon their efforts through the lobby. Straight into the boosted Shush. Those sides will quickly go buried as well. 12th round on the board for Astralis, 1 away from taking the derby for the first time this year.
One more. No smiles just yet for Astralis. I think with the rooted history between these two teams, especially with what's happened as of the previous 6 months or so, nothing to smile about just yet, but you know that this is going to mean a hell of a lot, especially to the likes of Sound, Yabby, even for Tessus and Shush. It probably feels like even more of a low blow. When it comes from forward. Nice shot! dev1ce on the AWP.
It's just magnetic.
It's so good.
Ridiculous. Dexter gone again. And something I will say is this is the first time that Heroic will have played against Astralis this year without Nikados. And this different look maybe offering a different result, but not in the good way. Bro with another kill. 5 versus 3. Heroic needing answers and trying to force the issue through Secret. The HE should put an end to Nuke, and it will. And falling like flies here, Ryan. The game could be over in a matter of moments, and now they're only 1 away. It's Kixan, the captain, up against 5. Bomb plant coming in on the top site, and he's got so much ground to cover to try and claw this one back. He will be starting from the vents. There are 2 players watching over it. Sure, Bro is low, but he has the stairs, and so does dev1ce. Of course, it would be him who ends it all. The shot is missed at the first opportunity and the second, but it won't matter because the rest of the team has his back for the 3rd. And in the 3rd matchup between the two this year, finally, Astralis get their win.